Right then, gather round folks, let's talk about Ireland, a place so green they should call it Kermit's complexion. Don't let its size fool you, this island's got a history longer than a leprechaun's beard after a 3-day bender. We're talking ancient myths, Viking invasions, enough rebellions to make your head spin. It's like a pub crawl through the ages, only with more fighting and fewer hangovers maybe. But more on that later. From its rolling hills to its famously friendly people, unless you mention the English, then it's best to hide the teaspoons. Ireland has a charm that's as potent as a shot of good Irish whiskey. It's a place that's punched above its weight for centuries, influencing literature, music, and yes, even drinking habits worldwide. So buckle up, grab a pint or a shamrock shake if you must, and let's dive into the epic tale of Ireland. Now every good story needs a good origin story, and Ireland's is no different. Before recorded history, the Celts ruled the land. These weren't your average accountants turned weekend warriors. We're talking fierce warriors, skilled artisans and storytellers who could make a tax audit sound like an epic poem. Speaking of epic poems, this is where we get into the good stuff. Irish mythology. Think gods and goddesses, mythical creatures, and enough magical shenanigans to make Harry Potter blush. The Celts were a fascinating people, with a rich culture that has left an indelible mark on Ireland. Their stories have been passed down through generations, evolving and growing with each retelling. These tales are more than just entertainment. They are a window into the values, fears, and dreams of a people who lived thousands of years ago. The landscape of Ireland itself seems to echo these ancient stories with its misty hills and mysterious ruins. The Celts were not just warriors, they were also skilled artisans, creating intricate jewelry and weapons that were both beautiful and functional. Their craftsmanship was renowned, and their art often depicted scenes from their rich mythology. These myths were filled with gods and goddesses who controlled the forces of nature, heroes who performed incredible feats, and creatures that defied the imagination. One of the most famous of these heroes is Fionn mac Cumhaill, a giant among men, both literally and figuratively. According to legend, Fionn mac Cumhaill was a giant who could perform incredible feats of strength. One of the most famous stories about him is that he scooped up a chunk of Ireland and tossed it into the sea, creating the Isle of Man. While the geological evidence for this is understandably a bit lacking, the story has endured for centuries. It's a testament to the power of myth and the human need to explain the world around us in fantastical terms. And let's not forget the leprechauns. These wee fellas are best known for guarding pots of gold at the end of the rainbow, which frankly sounds like a terrible retirement plan. What happens when the rainbow fades? Market crash? These are the questions the Irish Tourist Board doesn't want you to ask. But leprechauns are more than just guardians of gold. They are also tricksters, known for their cunning and ability to outsmart humans. Many stories tell of people who tried to capture a leprechaun to gain his treasure, only to be outwitted in the end. These tales serve as a reminder that greed and cunning often go hand in hand, and that the pursuit of wealth can lead one down a tricky path. Irish mythology is a treasure trove of stories that have captivated people for centuries. From the mighty giants like Fionn mac Cumhaill to the mischievous leprechauns, these tales are a testament to the rich imagination and storytelling prowess of the Irish people. They remind us that the world is full of wonder and that sometimes the best stories are the ones that stretch the bounds of reality. So next time you find yourself in Ireland, take a moment to listen to the stories of the land. You might just find yourself believing in a bit of magic. Fast forward a few centuries and a new lad arrives on the scene, St. Patrick. Born in Roman Britain, he was kidnapped by Irish pirates at the age of 16 and brought to Ireland as a slave. After 6 years he escaped, but later returned to Ireland with a mission. Now, you might know him as the bloke who gave us an excuse to wear green and pinch anyone who doesn't. A tradition that, frankly, needs to be retired faster than a one-legged leprechaun in a shoemaking competition. But there's more to his story. But St. Patrick was more than just a fashion icon. He was a man on a mission, determined to spread Christianity across the island. Legend has it, he used the shamrock to explain the concept of the Holy Trinity to the Irish people. He's credited with bringing Christianity to Ireland, which, if you've ever tried to explain the Holy Trinity after a few pints of Guinness, was no small feat. His efforts laid the foundation for Ireland's rich Christian heritage. He also, allegedly, banished all the snakes from Ireland, which is a pretty good party trick if you ask me. While scientists argue there were never any snakes in Ireland to begin with, the story symbolizes his role in driving out pagan practices. With Christianity came monasteries, and with monasteries came learning. These monasteries became centers of education and culture, preserving not just religious texts but also classical knowledge. Irish monks became renowned across Europe for their scholarship, preserving ancient texts and brewing some decent mead on the side. They meticulously copied manuscripts, ensuring the survival of many classical works that might have otherwise been lost. Think of them as the medieval version of Google, only with less data mining and more illuminated manuscripts. These monks were the keepers of knowledge, and their work laid the groundwork for the Renaissance. Their illuminated manuscripts are still admired today for their beauty and craftsmanship. The influence of these scholars extended far beyond Ireland. They traveled across Europe, founding monasteries and spreading their knowledge. Their contributions to education and culture were immense, and their legacy can still be felt today. So the next time you don your green attire and join the St. Patrick's Day festivities, remember that there's more to this celebration than just parades and pints. It's a nod to a rich history of saints, scholars, and yes, even a snake or two. Just when things were getting all holy and scholarly, guess who decided to pop over for a visit? That's right, the Vikings. These seafaring Norsemen with their iconic longships and fierce reputations were not just about raiding and pillaging. They were explorers, traders, and settlers who left a lasting impact on the regions they touched. Those bearded, boat-loving lads from Scandinavia had a knack for showing up uninvited, like that one mate who always brings an acoustic guitar to a party. They were skilled navigators, using the stars and landmarks to traverse vast distances across the seas. Their longships were marvels of engineering, capable of both ocean voyages and navigating shallow rivers. They raided monasteries, plundered villages, and generally made a nuisance of themselves, but it wasn't all about destruction. The Vikings were also keen on acquiring wealth and resources, which they often did through trade as much as through force. Their raids were sometimes followed by settlements, where they integrated with local populations. But, and this is important, they also founded Dublin. Around 841 AD, the Vikings established a fortified base along the River Liffey, which would eventually grow into the bustling city we know today. This settlement became a crucial hub for trade, connecting Ireland with the wider Viking world. Yes, the fair city of Dublin, now known for its literary pubs and charming accents, started as a Viking trading post. Over time, Dublin evolved from a Viking stronghold into a vibrant urban center blending Norse and Gaelic cultures. The legacy of the Vikings can still be seen in the city's layout and place names. It's like finding out your grandma used to be a roller derby queen. Unexpected, but kinda cool. The Vikings' influence on Dublin is a fascinating chapter in the city's history, revealing how these fierce warriors also contributed to the cultural and economic development of the region. Eventually, the Irish and Vikings decided to stop hitting each other with pointy objects and started trading, intermarrying, and generally getting along. This blending of cultures led to a unique fusion of traditions, languages, and customs, enriching the heritage of both peoples. It's a heartwarming tale, really, proving that even the most brutal of invasions can lead to cultural exchange and, dare I say, progress. The story of the Vikings in Dublin is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of human societies, showing how conflict can eventually give way to cooperation and mutual benefit.